Hey YouTube, I just wanted to make a little different video today about how the gold and silver has transformed my non-retirement savings. For a good many years, I was saving in my retirement accounts and stuff at my job. I've been at the same place for 22 years, and I would always use that to make the excuse, well, I'm actually saving. I'm saving for the future. So, I can buy this or buy that, and just purchases on a whim, I guess, trying to keep up with the neighbors. And when it come to emergency savings, I had just a little. I didn't have a large amount, and I was very unbalanced. And I had saved silver in the past, and I had ended up selling some. It's been a good many years ago. And I had actually bought some more with some leftover tax money. That's been multiple years ago. My wife and I bought it, and I just put it up in the safe, and I had it for years. And it just dawned on me when I think I got a roof one year with insurance money from a hailstorm, and the next door neighbor, actually the neighbor right behind me, she got a roof within 2 weeks. And I kind of sort of figured, well, maybe she was using insurance money too. And then we had been in a house for probably 10 years, and the house was maybe 20 years old. So we needed some windows, and we had been saving and used a little tax money for that also. And so we put our windows in, and in less than a week, she had the same company down putting windows in her house. And the window she had looked to be fairly new, so it kind of, light bulb popped up on top of my head, and I kind of got the idea that, that's really trying to keep up with the Joneses or the Smiths or insert name here. And it kind of made me think that that's not the most important thing to do. And at the same time, I looked at my savings account, and I knew that it was time to make some changes. So I ended up paying off several bills. I would take the money for one bill, save up, pay it off. Once it was paid off, I would transfer the monthly payment from that bill to another one, plus its regular payment, and I would pay it off, and so on and so forth. And finally, I got to the point to where I had a good bit of disposable income. I classify disposable income as money that's left over after bills are paid and retirement accounts are funded, and the family is taken care of, and we have a little fun, and just money that I would normally put into a savings account. I started putting a good bit of that money into a savings account, and got to the point to where I didn't feel very comfortable having a decent amount of money in the savings account. It wasn't a huge amount, but not trying to get into conspiracy theories here, but I don't trust banks as much as some other people do. So I remembered back, when I had bought silver, and I had always wanted to buy some gold, but I thought to myself, well, that's kind of sort of out of reach. Then I started looking at some prices, and this was when gold was in maybe the 1200s, and with premium, you could get an ounce of gold in the early 13s. So I started buying some gold, and in the beginning, I made a fairly large purchase. Like I said in one of my previous videos, this is one of the first coins I had bought. I bought some buffaloes also at the same time. It was a fairly decent order. I mean, it was several ounces, and that's the biggest order I had ever made, and I definitely can't do that now. But I buy an ounce, I buy an ounce at a time now, and it's kind of sort of a patience exercise. I save up, and I've got a goal to get to, a finish line. I'm the type of person that's very goal oriented, and I have to see the finish line. And when I have those two things come together, I can put my nose down to the grindstone and continue to save. And when I buy that ounce, I just hit the reset button and do the same thing over again, and it never gets old. And the great thing about saving in gold is, and silver also, is you get the self-gratification of actually spending money. You know, that's something that we all, you know, we get a good feeling when we spend money. And then, you know, a couple of 2 or 3 weeks later, maybe a month, we get the feeling like, well, I wish I hadn't have made that purchase. But with gold, you're also saving. With silver, you're also saving. You're transforming your fiat into real money, and you can never go wrong. I mean, that's the best of both worlds. And my non-retirement disposable income savings, it took off and started piling up, and I've never looked back. And I'm going to continue to do that. This is not investment advice, of course. This is just something that works for me. Something else might work for you, but it's really transformed my life. You know, I was in pretty good shape for retirement through my company. But, you know, if a central air unit or something like that went out, or, you know, heaven forbid, a transmission in a car, you know, I would have probably had to get a loan, you know, to fix those things. But, you know, I don't have to now. And I also have a, you know, a cash savings too. That way I don't have to cash in, trade in my gold and silver, because I work very hard to save it. And it's one of my favorite things. I can always take these coins out and, you know, look at them and get the satisfaction of seeing them. It's a whole lot better than a pair of shoes or a motorcycle or a car, you know, that's going to break down over time. These coins will more than outlast me. And I'll pass them down to the next generation, and so on and so forth. Hopefully they'll continue to pass them down. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, that's kind of crazy, you know, you're saving all this money to buy these coins and stuff. But I look at it for several different reasons, like a hedge against inflation. It's peace of mind. It's like a metal sleeping pill. I sleep very well at night, knowing that I've got this nest egg to fall back on. I don't have to take a 401k loan or anything like that. You know, I can go to a local coin shop, trade some of these in if I had to. Hopefully I'll never have to do that. But the benefits far outweigh, you know, any kind of adverse thing, you know, that you know, putting your money in the gold and silver is an excellent place to put it. I look at it not as an investment. You know, I invest in several different ways, you know, through my accounts at work, but I look at it as a savings account, a glorified savings account. I save the fiat cash and I turn it into gold and silver. Salivate Metal, I think 2 days ago, had a very good video about fiat cash and gold and silver, and he can explain this stuff a whole lot better than I can. Yeah, he's been making videos for a good long while. Check that video out. Check his channel out. We've got a lot of great YouTubers out there. I learned a lot from YouTube, especially about stacking metals. That's really where I get almost all of my metal stacking ideas from. I want to say I appreciate the community. I've learned a lot from you guys and girls, and you motivate me to continue to stack. And, you know, I'm on Instagram too at accumulating_AU. When I get a coin, you know, I usually put it on Instagram. Not doing it to brag or say, you know, look what I have. I'm doing it, you know, to show the community and motivate some people, because the coins that I see from the different people on Instagram, it sure does motivate me. And the precious metals community is great. And in the end, you know, we're helping ourselves out. We're helping our family out. And we're doing something that 90-something% of Americans probably will never do. and that's the saving gold and silver. To me, it's kind of sort of a glorified savings account. It can go down. Nothing ever goes up in a straight line. And here lately, metals prices have been going down. But recently, over the last few days, they've been going back up. But over time, they usually go up and appreciate. Just since I've been stacking gold since 2018, it's went from the 1200s up to the 2000s, and now back to the upper 1700s. So I'm sitting in good shape on most of my coins. I did buy, a couple of them actually over $2,000, but I don't regret that. I don't, because I don't really look at it in terms of dollars. I look at it in terms of ounces. In retirement, this will more than likely be the last thing that I liquidate. I mean, it's kind of sort of like a hobby, and it's a savings account, and it's something that I enjoy. I mean, it's kind of sort of like a pastime for me. But I'm getting the benefit of savings, and my family's getting the benefit of a safety net. I appreciate you listening. Place some comments in the comment section. Let me know how you save, what you think. Everybody's comment means a lot on the channel. Give me a like, dislike. It lets me know how I'm doing, and I appreciate your time. I'm accumulating AU, and I hope that you are too. Have a good day, everyone.